What's up, people? It's Garen. I'm back again. I know it's been a while, but today I wanted to chat with y'all about something interesting, hopefully. I want to talk about working out and exercise. And yeah, I could go through all the BS about why it's important. You already know why. It's good for you. What I really want to talk about is some things that I find personally interesting about it. First of all, reason I started working out, I was a string bean, 6'4" in middle school, dead serious, but I was fucking thin as a stick. I wanted to get better. I wanted to look better. And so I started working out when I was young. I started working out with my homie Cole. He put me on. I thank him forever for it. But unfortunately, after he put me on, he went to college, so I didn't have anybody to work out with. I eventually got homies that I did work out with, but for the longest time, I never had a routine, which was just the dumbest thing in the world for me. During COVID, I worked out pretty much almost every day. Not full workouts though, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just went in there and started doing curls, and then I'd start doing like bench pressing, and then I'd start doing some squats, just fucking everything, like every mainstream workout that I knew. And that just wasn't good because it wasn't a good routine, of course. You need to have an actual good routine. And so I started doing research and shit like that, and I developed a routine over time. I got tips from my actual homies who work out and who are buff, and I learned some stuff from them, and I put on some meat finally. So now I'm like 6'5" with more meat. I'm around like 200 pounds right now, which is still severely fucking underweight, I'm pretty sure, for 6'5". But the difference is that I put some meat on. And another difference is that during that time, I learned self-discipline, which is one of the main things I want to talk about today. You get a lot of self-discipline from working out because you don't have to fucking work out. Nobody's forcing you to. The only person forcing you to is yourself. And that's why it's so sick, is because you are forcing yourself to actually do something that takes effort and time that is not an immediately that's not an immediate fucking reward system, you know? You have to repeatedly go to the gym or go wherever, and you have to do this one task or these many tasks that require effort. And after a certain amount of time and however much effort you put into it, you start to look bigger, you start to lift stronger. It's it's crazy, and it just teaches it's the easiest way to teach yourself self-discipline, which is crazy to me, but not a lot of people do it, and I don't know why. I know some people think that it's hard, you know. It is hard, and that's why it's fun, is because it's good for you. And I'm not saying that like I fucking love the gym. I still sometimes hate the gym. I hate leg day. That's never going to be fun for me, but I still do it because I don't want to have chicken legs, bruh. I want to be built. I want to have meat on my bones. Another reason fucking I went skiing today. I get gas so quickly from skiing, bro. What I really should do is I should start running on the treadmill or start doing more leg exercises and stretches. But the thing about working out is that it helps you so much in just any kind of life scenario, really. Unless you're sitting at a fucking office all day doing nothing. But if you're blue collar like me, bro, I'm a mechanic. I gotta lift shit. I'm not flexing. That shit just sucks. But still, it does help out with stuff like that. I'm sure many people watching this are probably gonna be doing something that requires effort, strength wise, once in their life. So why not work out? Why not build that self discipline? Another thing is, bro, I did a research paper for school. I know I'm actually doing a homework crazy thing. Is that working out builds bonds with people, especially if you go to like a public gym. That's the main reason. If you go to a public gym, you're chatting it up with random people the whole time. Not really the whole time, but most of the time, if you're smart, you're going to be asking other people, hey, can you help me out with this? Can you give me a spot? Do you have any tips with this? You ask the biggest, buffest dudes in there. They're usually pretty chill and they'll actually teach you stuff, but it builds a connection with those people because every time you go back, you're like, oh my god, that's Parker. That's that buff ass dude that helped me with this like exercise last week, or that gave me this tip. You build a connection with people. And if you have a homie that comes to the gym with you, then you guys are building more connection through struggling together working out, which is awesome. I think that's super sick because I love working out with my homies because we just do some gay shit and we get buff from it, and it's fun and it makes the time pass by a lot quicker. That's the thing too. If you're working out with a homie, time flies by so fast because he's pushing you. He's like, do this shit, don't pause, do this shit. It's like, okay, man, all right. Another thing I wanted to talk about was that working out or just exercising. just makes you happier overall. There's scientific reasons behind it. You know, you work out, it reduces cortisol, which is the shit that makes you feel upset and pissed all the time. And it actually enhances the production of endorphins, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, endorphins. And that's the shit that makes you happy and feel good. And it's simple science. You go and work out, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I just completed that. I'm so good for pushing myself. I'm such a fucking good person for doing that. And you really are, because you're doing a lot more than most people in the world. But it's just so simple. You just feel happy just from working out and putting yourself through something stressful. And at the end of it, you are gaining muscle and you are just feeling better about yourself. And you're like, yeah, I just did that. I completed that. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be working out for other reasons. I know some people work out to get girls. Yeah, that is probably a possibility. My girlfriend does love sleeping on my massive tits that aren't that massive. But really, honestly, dude, if you are going to be in working out, you need to do it for yourself. There is no other person that you should be working out for besides for yourself. It is the easiest way to improve yourself mentally and physically and socially. If you don't want to work out and you do it just because you want to get girls, you're not going to have the same drive that people have that work out just because they want to and they want to feel better about themselves. You are not going to want it as bad as they will. Therefore, you will have a harder time working out and you won't enjoy it as much and you won't get as much muscle and you just a lot of bunch of shit, bro. You need to have the drive personally to work out or else it's not as good as you think it will be. When you have that drive, it makes it enjoyable. I know it's crazy being able to work out and making it enjoyable. It's insane. But unfortunately, there's no fucking special remedy that I can give you. There's no cheat code I can tell you. It is just something that you have to do yourself, that you want to do yourself. It's as simple as that. Find that drive eventually and do it because it is worth it, man. Getting self-discipline like that and just being able to improve yourself simply from picking up a heavy object and putting it down is one of the craziest things in the world to me. Also, when you get older, your body's going to start to slow and it's going to shut down. You're going to get weaker. That's just how it is as humans. We all grow old. But the best thing about working out and exercise, especially, is that when you do that throughout your lifetime, you are going to be stronger when you're older. Your body won't shut down as quick. You'll be able to actually stay up and do things. You'll be able to enjoy spending time with your grandkids or your wife or your kids. You'll be able to actually do stuff and not be stuck to a fucking wheelchair like those old people that most people see because they get obese or they just don't do any exercise, so then they're there all day. My grandma gets up and does walks. She does shit around the house still. She's like 70 something. Same with my girlfriend's grandma and grandpa. You just have to do some kind of exercise. Even going on little walks is fine. This whole video isn't about working out. It's about just exercise in general. As long as you do something in your life that, benefits you by physically, then you'll be golden in the long run. It teaches you discipline, which is an amazing thing to have. It's just great overall. But I say all this while also having those stupid TikTok videos on TikTok. Everybody's seen them. All these kids obsessed with the gym. Super unhealthy though. They do steroids. They do tren, whatever the fuck, to make themselves look bigger. Trust me, bro. It's not worth the risk. You are putting your heart at risk. You're putting your body at risk. You're probably gonna make your penis smaller. It's not worth it. People can look good physically, naturally. You do not have to do all these stupid substances. I seen this shit pinning. I don't even know what the fuck that is. You can attain a good physical form just from working out normally. You do not need to be doing drugs and all that stuff. And it tears me apart because young kids on TikTok, you see that shit, think they need to do that, spend all this money and waste their body weight doing that, when you could just have a normal sleep schedule, a good diet, and a good workout routine, and you'll be fine. You can look good physically, naturally. But some people don't get that, I guess. Either way, I had a great time talking to y'all about this today. This is something that I'm very passionate about. I love working out, even though I don't do that much. I do like 3 or 4 times a week, 4 times if I'm lucky. But I do ski though, so I guess that's something. Either way, though, everybody should get outside, do some kind of exercise. I promise you, you will be a better person after it. Having some kind of self discipline is just beautiful for everybody. Everybody needs something like that. Because after you do something as simple as working out and you get a good routine going, then it kind of rewires your brain. If you have a good routine and doing stuff like that, then it makes it easier to do other things because you already put yourself through the stress of this. Why not put yourself through the stress of that? I know it sounds strange. There's actual research on it. I really don't want to talk about it right now. Actually, I might. Hold on. So having self-discipline and routines are good because you have your life basically automated for you. You already know what you want to do that day. You already know what you're going to do. It could be a hard task, it could be an easy task. Either way, you're going to get it done. And if you have a routine where you have a hard task in the middle of the day, once you get that hard task done, the rest of the day just flies by, makes it so much easier, and it just improves your happiness overall. You just feel happy. In this book that I read, Atomic Habits, it was about building good habits and breaking bad habits. If you say if you did something like working out and then you wanted to read a book or you wanted to start reading a book or start playing guitar after, if you work out and then immediately do the other thing such as reading, then if you start doing that, you start building a routine. And once you fall into that routine, it makes it a lot easier to do these things that you don't want to do. So you can pair working out with something that you like. Like, okay, after I work out, I'm going to do 10 minutes of TikTok time, or I'm going to watch The Walking Dead for an hour. If you just combo these together, it is a cheat code. It makes life so much easier. And I've already done a few of these. Every day after work, I get home, or not every day after work, but every day when I work out, I get home after work and I immediately go straight to working out. Then after that, I take a shower, I eat dinner, and then I can finally relax on the game. I get all the hard shit out of the way so I can finally enjoy my time that I've earned at the end of the day. It's as simple as that. What's that shit Sensei Wu said? Never put off until tomorrow what can be done today. That's some deep shit. Take it, put it at the bottom of your heart, and bury it in your soul, bruh. Because that shit will get you through life, I promise you. I'm done talking today. Hope you guys had a fantastic New Year's and Christmas. I'm sorry for not uploading. I'm going to try and be a lot more, on it. But anyways, leave a comment. Tell me if I sucked ass. Tell me if you thought the video was good. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I love you. I'll catch you later. Peace.